Hi guys, today I want to show you what to do if there's nobody else around and you're driving back from dialysis and you have a bleed. Okay, this can happen sometimes on top of your fistula, and this is the only thing that I was able to do to get it to stop. I didn't have time to put on a 2x2 or a 4x4 at all, because if I take it off, it's really going to start bleeding out. So if you have a bleed like this, what you do is, in your emergency pack, like I showed you on a previous video, grab your co-band. Okay, take that co-band, wrap it around your thumb so that it stays. Okay, do you see that? Okay, and then bring it all the way down, okay, as much as you can. Now here's where you want to get kind of tight or taut, and bring that right on top of where you're bleeding. Okay, just like that. And as much as you can where you know where your entry points are for those large needles, those 14, 15, and 16 gauge needles. This is what I do. Don't worry about pulling this off because it's an emergency and it kind of sticks right now as it is. Go to a hospital, go to a friend. Just make sure, if you are miles away or you're stuck on the freeway and this happens, just to keep this on, okay? If it gets worse, just keep tying it to the best of your ability. And that should be able to work. This is what I had to do in an emergency to try and stop the bleeding. It should work for you. It did work for me. If you have somebody that will help you out, make sure to pull your emergency kit to have them put on a mask, because if you're bleeding, that means that you have no scabs and it is exposed, and they will be breathing over your arm, and you don't want them to breathe on top of an open wound. Have your little gloves that I've showed you, and get them to roll these up to put pressure on it. But make sure it stops bleeding first. First thing you need to do is you go to an emergency care or to a hospital and have them help you. Caregivers, this is a very quick way to stop the bleeding. For how long, I don't know. You just need to keep applying pressure to it. Not too much to where you're going to hurt your fistula or cut it off by mistake. But after this is stopped, and you believe that it's stopped, then remove this co-band. And then I would take a few minutes to see if it actually stopped bleeding, and then I would reapply new ones. This is how you do it. Just fold it in half, okay, and fold it again. And then when you remove them, you're gonna see really quickly where you're at. But I just kind of pull it back slowly and kind of take a peek to see if it's has stopped, and then I'll start the process of using the tape. Okay, putting it back on, having it taut. Take the second one off, take a look at it, take a peek. If it's stopped, great. If it's not, leave it on and rewrap it with that co-band. But if it has, pull it off. Get another one of these 2x2s and your tape and put it over the second one. And then what you really want to do ideally is, if it bled for that long, is to put the co-band back on. Not the same one that you had that you were bleeding, but just for an example's sake, just put it back over, okay, over the arm. Not as tight as you did before, because if you've got your bleeding stopped, then you should be good. How long you leave it on, I don't really know. It depends. Every body is different. So that is how you stop an emergency bleed. First thing you should do is go to a hospital or an emergency care. Second thing is, if you're by yourself or if you're with someone that doesn't know how to do it, you can show them how to do it quickly. So the co-band, if you can't, this is emergency, to put this on as quickly as you can to create a compression. So there you have it, you guys. That was how to stop an emergency bleed. if you're by yourself and what to do, and make sure that you bring all these, that emergency kit that I showed you. Here's a really big one that we keep in our car that has, you know, lots of tape and the 2x2s and the alcohol. Now I'm going to give you some caution on these alcohol wipes. Don't put them on if you're bleeding. Don't worry about the mess, okay? Worry about stopping the bleed. That is the most important thing of all of this, is getting your blood to stop bleeding out. On a fistula, we bleed quite excessively and a lot of blood comes out. So don't worry about the mess, just wrap it up like I showed you with a Coban, get to a hospital, get to a friend or somebody, or if you're stuck on the freeway by yourself and you're bleeding out, this was the only thing that helped me, was the Coban. Again, wrap it around your thumb and then wrap it around your fistula. Okay, you guys, that's what I have for you today on how to wrap your fistula in case of a bleed. You guys have a great day. Like and subscribe and tell me where in the world that you guys are watching this from. Have a great day.